Hey guys, Jeeps here, and welcome back to Tribes Ascend. So, today we're going to take a look at, well, what all these little icons on my heads-up display are right now. So, I told you before that Tribes is all about capture the flag. While there is a deathmatch mode, and there's an arena mode, and there's various other modes, this game is and always has really been about CTF. But there's a lot more to it than just the flag. As you can see, there are a lot of little things popping up in my heads-up display right now, and all of these contribute to the overall ebb and flow of this game. Between the flag, which I think you can tell, that blue one away over there, that's our flag, and somewhere in that direction, you would have guessed right if you thought the red flag is the enemy flag. But we got things like, what's this little lightning bolt thing here? Well, okay, that's a base turret. That one answered its question for me. What are these little bullets? What are the little Red Cross health icons? What is all this crap? Well, let's take a look. So first, let's start out with the little 3-bullet icon. As you can see, it's an inventory station. So you might be wondering, what's an inventory station? Well, in Tribes, when you kill someone, they do drop limited amounts of ammo, but it isn't a whole lot. And if you're good at staying alive, there's a very good chance you're eventually going to run out of ammo. Like you can see here, my spin fuser, all out. I got nothing left. Switched my pistol, got 10 rounds. That's not going to last me very long. So, unless I can maybe kill someone with my 10 rounds of pistol, snag a little bit of ammo, I'm out of luck. I'm going to get killed because I can't defend myself. So, that's where these wonderful little inventory stations come in. As you probably guessed right now, they refill your ammo. Back up to 28 rounds in the old spin fuser, back up to 20 in the clip, and 132 extra on my Eagle pistol. I'm sitting pretty. Got all my grenades back. Admittedly, I still had all my grenades, but they are what keep you going in the long fights that sometimes happen in this game. Next, we have the vehicle station. The vehicle station is where you can summon in any one of Tribe's 3 different vehicles. So let's take a look. Normally these all have a credits cost, but since we're just in the free roaming training mode, they're all free, so I can show you them. First, you got the grav cycle. So it does its cool little thing here. And boom! We're on a super fast little motorcycle. It's what you'd think it might be. It's really quick, can boost, does have some armaments, and it can be great for going and picking up a flag carrier who's really in need of some backup. It's kind of fragile, but it is still immune to a lot of the basic projectile weapons. Like an SMG isn't going to do anything to the bike itself. It can still kill the rider, however. So you're not invincible, even though suddenly those chasers with their SMGs and their LMGs and even the Doombringer's chain gun, I believe, aren't doing any damage to your vehicle. Alright, we also have the Beowulf Tank. You can kind of guess what that might be. It's a huge stonking tank. It's very big, very tough, has a huge cannon, and if it has a second rider in it, it has a chain gun not unlike the Doombringers mounted on top. So it is a formidable piece of tech. Very, very scary if you have it around your flag base, because it can really blow away attackers. Also pretty scary for just shelling your opponent's flag base, if you can get it in range. However, there's a lot of big defenders near your opponent's flag base usually, and the missile launcher the Doombringers have, it can bring one of these down pretty quickly, so you gotta watch out for that. Last but certainly not least, we have the Shrike. Shrike is a fast attack aircraft. It is a little tricky to get the hang of using, but in the hands of a skilled player, it is frightening. It fires volleys of 4 spin fuser rounds, which do a lot of damage if they hit, and they are excellent for harassing just about anything. They're very quick, they can boost much like the grav cycle, and you really do not want one of these ruining your day. Their downside is, unlike the other 2 vehicles, they are not immune to basic light arms fire. Enough rounds from an SMG, or the assault rifle, or the chain gun will tear one of these out of the sky, unlike the Beowulf and the Grav Cycle, which are immune to that fire. So, you might have seen something seems to be shooting at me, and from the intro, you've probably guessed what it is. And that's the base turret. Let's go meet the base turret, shall we? Alright, so base turrets. And this one is trying to peg me in the face, and it will hurt. It will hurt a lot if one of these hits you. It's generally very important to deal with these if you can. Though, as you might have guessed, when something can, shoot half your health off in one shot, dealing with these straight up close, not a huge option. Yeah, I can strafe around it, but then I get obliterated. So, that's the base turret. Obviously your team has them too, but they've got some teeth on them. So how do you deal with those? If you can't really get up close to them like that, how do you deal with them? Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that soon. Got one more thing I want to show you first. Alright, the radar sensor. This is one of the most important defensive tools you have in your base, because this lets your HUD put up a little icon, kind of like for the flag and for the vehicle station and all these things, above incoming enemies. This lets you, even if they're behind a wall, as long as your radar's still up, see roughly where they are. This is incredibly important for stopping incoming cappers, or raiders coming to harass your defense, or someone going to blow up your generator. Oops, spoilers, the next thing we're going to be talking about is the generator. But this radar is incredibly important. It is pretty vulnerable, it's fragile. You can take it out pretty easily, there's no turrets on top of it, but it is pretty near to where your defense is probably going to be on most maps. So you don't have to worry too much about it getting taken out in and of itself, because you can probably see someone coming to it, especially if it's still up. But, like with the turrets, there's one much more convenient way to dealing with this, especially early on in matches. Let's go to the gen room. Let's go look at this generator. So many little battles will be fought over this, especially early on in the game when it's most vulnerable. Now the generator is what powers all of those other things I just showed you. The vehicle station, inventory stations, the radar, the turrets, all of them rely on this to actually do their jobs. So, what happens if you destroy it? Sorry, this will take a minute. I don't really have the optimal kit for blowing up a generator on a soldier. Let's toss a grenade at it. Why not?
Blood Eagle generator has been destroyed.
So now the Blood Eagle generator is down. Let's go see what that did, shall we? Just fly back outside their base. Ordinarily, you can expect there's going to be a lot of stuff trying to stop you. As you've also noticed, the icon for the generator has changed. It's now broken in half. So we go outside. Here's that pesky base turret from earlier. Not so tough now, are ya? Are ya? Take out the generator, turrets can't do a thing. Also, maybe even more importantly, their radar's down. So if I were, say, behind this building, and there were people over on the flag stand, they wouldn't know I was here. Wouldn't have a clue unless they saw me go in there with their own eyes. No HUD markers to help them out. Not to mention their vehicle station is also down, so no calling in a Beowulf or a Shrike for some backup. And they can't resupply their ammunition because their inventory stations are out. Taking out that generator is a huge, crippling blow. And it is very important to see it defended. Often this is what technicians are going to be spending a lot of time on, especially since they can repair it. So, what do you do if your generator's taken out? Well, let me go grab a repair gun real quick. So with the generator out, you gotta do something about that, so we switched over to Blood Eagle, as much as I hate doing that. We're gonna grab a repair gun. So I can hit G, equip this repair gun. This is what the little health icons are. These are not taken out by the generator going down, which is good because you need them to bring the generator back up, especially if you don't have any technicians lying around. So the repair gun does what you might think. Repairs any base assets. You can see the base assets health goes up on the indicator on the back of the gun, slowly but surely, and I believe once they get to around 50% of their health, they come back up. At least, again, on an unupgraded generator. Any of your base assets can also be upgraded with credits. This makes them have more health, and therefore just makes them harder to take down. Now, Technicians have an improved version of the repair gun standard as their secondary weapon. So if you have technicians, a big part of their job is keeping base assets up and running, as well as defending them. So those are some of the more important and unfamiliar assets in Tribes Ascend that make its capture the flag experience so different from simply grab flag, return to base. Of course, this is still important, and because of all these different aspects and all the different types of weaponry and everything in this game, it's also why your flag cappers tend to plan out very specific routes around the map to build up as much speed as possible. If you're going at, say, well, just say walking speed, and you run over and grab the flag, you're going to get killed. You're not going to be able to get away from the base turrets and from the heavy on flag that they should have and anyone else in the area before they gun you down. If you're a light class, you don't have enough health. If you're a heavy class, you're too slow anyway. So, if you're going 300 kilometers an hour, though, it's pretty hard to react to that. Even if you have the radar up and you see them coming, by the time you have a chance to react, they're halfway across the map again. This is why the routes are so important, also why good flag defense is important. A heavy on flag standing here, if the capper's not quite quick enough on the draw to get them out of the way, will slam straight into them and probably just die. So, that's Tribes Capture the Flag for you. These have just been the basics. Obviously, there was no real useful gameplay here, but I'm working on getting some good videos up. I'm going to try and work with some people to get some videos of these capture routes. I'm an awful Pathfinder. I'm awful at capturing the flag. That's why I just sit on it instead. But more to come soon, guys. I've been Jeeps. Hope you like this look at Tribes Ascend. I'm going to keep coming back to this. I really do enjoy this game. It is a ton of fun, and I hope to bring you some more exciting footage of it in the future. The game's actual release is tomorrow from the start of this video. If you're interested in playing it, my referral link is in the description. Come hang out. We'll have good times. Alright, guys. I'll talk to you later.